Hello guys, it's the Warrior here today. I just come to you to give you some basic details you need to know when you tear these TRW steering boxes down for rebuild. By the way, there's no gasket on the end. Don't worry about gaskets when you take it apart. They're pretty much embedded on the parts inside there. But always make sure you mark your top up here. Always make sure you mark that, and you want to mark that your steering link right there, so that way when you put it all back together, you make sure you get everything nice and lined up. And what I was going to show you right here is if you can see these marks right here on the pitman arm connector, these marks right here, when you put them on there, or when you put it all back together, you want to make sure that that these lines right here, them right there, top and bottom, you want to make sure they're lined up with this top part right here. This part right here, and then there's another one. Let's see if you can see it right here. It's hard to see. See that mark right down there? You got to make sure. You just got to make sure that them marks are lined up with these marks on the pitman arm connector. Because if you don't do that, it could get out of time, and could cause you some very complicated problems down the road. Maybe within just a couple hours. Because you don't want it to jump time, especially if you're running down the road, you're making a left or a right hand turn like really sharp. You don't want to do that. It could mess your whole day up. So but yeah, the pitman arm also has a mark on it as well. If you clean it off real good, you'll see there's a mark on the pitman arm, and that mark on the pitman arm, you also have to line it up with these marks right here on your pitman arm connector. And most of the time when you put the steering box back on the truck, the pitman arm is generally going to be straight down. So that way when you hook everything back up, in order to get your steering and all that lined back up correctly, you may have to slide your pitman arm back on the connector here, and on and off a couple of times to get your steering back straight. But for the one thing you need to know, your steering wheel or your front tires need to be straight on your truck. That way when you hook everything back up, hopefully everything lines right back up. But I want to tell everybody that, and just in case if you didn't know, and if you're a first-time rebuilder, it can mess everything up if you didn't do that. But this is a TRW-45002 steering box. It came off a Freightliner, but generally the internationals and other trucks like that carry the same kind of steering box. But yeah, and another thing, when you take this top part apart, take all this apart and take it all apart, and there's kind of like a screw nut, and there's another screw that goes in there, and this thing here slides completely out. You want to make sure you get your seals or your rollers and your flat washers in the correct place. Always pay attention to how you take it apart, because if you don't pay attention, you may not be able to get it all back together correctly. So yeah, just follow these simple details, and I wish you all the luck. Hope everything works out, and God bless. Have a great day.